Over 260,000 tech workers have been laid off since the start of 2023 alone.
80% of Twitter either left or quit or was pushed out, laid off, whatever you want to call it.
Simultaneously, U.S. universities are graduating over 100,000 students with computer science degrees each year, the highest number in history.
One woman we talked to had applied to 1,000 jobs and had only gotten 2 interviews.
But a new, chilling reality is taking hold. For every one entry-level software job posted, there are now over 1,000 applicants.
I was told by a lot of people that I was going to get a job right out of college, and then all of a sudden, there's no jobs.
This isn't just a market downturn, it's a structural breakdown reminiscent of the dot-com bust, but with a fundamentally new and alarming twist.
I go for something like Walmart or McDonald's, which is the type of jobs there is around here right now.
Yeah.
That I just wasted all that time in my life for nothing.
So, why new tech grads are unhirable? The crisis began with a simple economic principle: what goes up must come down. The pandemic years from 2020 to 2022 triggered a digital gold rush. Companies like Peloton, Zoom, and Shopify hired at a frenzied pace, believing the lockdown-fueled growth was permanent. Big tech followed suit, bloating their workforces to unprecedented levels to compete for talent. But when interest rates rose and the global economy cooled, the correction was swift and brutal. Suddenly, the market wasn't just saturated, it was flooded. Tens of thousands of highly experienced, mid-level and senior engineers from Google and Meta were now competing for the same jobs as new graduates. The pool of applicants transformed overnight from a stream of hopeful newcomers into a tsunami of seasoned veterans, leaving recent grads with no chance to even be seen.
Report shows the labor market is slowing down and some employers are laying off workers.
For a new graduate, the job hunt is no longer a human process. It's a battle against algorithms. A typical resume is first scanned by an applicant tracking system, or ATS. This software is programmed by hiring managers to filter for specific keywords and, most critically, years of experience. A resume with 0 to 1 years of professional experience is often automatically discarded before a human ever sees it. For the few that pass, the next hurdle is a gauntlet of technical interviews designed to test for skills far beyond a university curriculum. Candidates are expected to solve complex, senior-level problems in algorithms and system design, problems they have no practical experience with. The system isn't just filtering for the best. It's designed to mechanically exclude the inexperienced, creating a near impenetrable wall for anyone just starting out.
Applying for jobs online, but not hearing back. Well, that may be due to companies' increasing use of artificial intelligence recruitment tools.
However, even if a graduate could get past the bots and the interviews, a deeper problem remains: a fundamental disconnect between what universities teach and what the industry now demands. For a decade, a degree in computer science and proficiency in languages like Python or JavaScript was enough. But the ground has shifted. Companies today aren't looking for generalists. They want hyper-specialized experts in narrow fields, advanced machine learning frameworks, specific cloud infrastructure platforms, or niche cybersecurity protocols. Universities, with their slower, more theoretical curriculums, are still teaching the fundamentals of 2018. Boot camps, which promise to fill this gap, have instead saturated the market with graduates who all have the exact same portfolio of basic web apps. The result is a generation of graduates trained for a tech industry that no longer exists.
Shows that the unemployment rate for men between 23 and 30 with a bachelor's degree has jumped.
Behind the data points are millions of young people who followed the rules and are now facing a crisis of debt and despair. A computer science degree is one of the most expensive credentials to obtain, with many students taking on over $100,000 in debt, all based on the promise of a stable, high-paying career. That promise now feels like a betrayal. The psychological toll is immense. After years of intense study and a belief in their own merit, graduates are met with hundreds of silent rejections, eroding their confidence and leading to widespread anxiety and depression. They are told they are not good enough, not experienced enough for a game they were never equipped to play. This is the human fallout of a system that sold a dream it could no longer deliver on.
And at first, I did kind of beat myself up for it, but you know what? It's like the world's changing.
The consequences of this hiring freeze extend far beyond individual hardship. By locking out new talent, the tech industry is inadvertently engineering its own long-term decline. Junior engineers are the seed corn of future innovation. They are the ones who become the senior architects, the startup founders, and the visionary leaders of tomorrow. Without a steady pipeline of new talent being trained and mentored, a critical skills gap will emerge in the next 5 to 10 years. The industry will become top-heavy, with a generation of senior engineers approaching retirement and no one qualified to replace them. This lost generation of talent won't just disappear. They will take their skills to other industries or even other countries, leading to a brain drain that could diminish America's competitive edge in technology for decades to come.
Cooler job market for tech workers than it was maybe a year or two ago.
So why isn't this being fixed? The failure is systemic. Universities are slow-moving institutions, unable to pivot their curriculum as fast as the market changes. Big tech companies, which created this problem by overhiring and then mass firing, have no incentive to solve it. For them, a flooded market of desperate, experienced engineers means they can demand more while paying less. They have effectively outsourced the cost of training to a previous employer. There is no regulatory body overseeing hiring practices or holding companies accountable for creating such a volatile labor market. The very platforms that promise to democratize opportunity are now the gatekeepers, and they are benefiting from a system that locks the gates for the next generation.
This is actually the worst job market for new college graduates since the height of the COVID-19 pandemic.
But the most shocking threat is one that reframes the entire problem. This isn't just about a temporary glut of human workers. It's about the permanent replacement of the work itself. The rise of sophisticated AI coding assistants like GitHub Copilot and new autonomous AI agents is automating the very tasks that once defined an entry-level job. Writing basic code, debugging simple errors, creating test scripts, this was the training ground for junior engineers. Now, a single senior engineer, augmented by AI, can do the work of an entire team of juniors. The first rung of the career ladder isn't just being raised higher, it's being completely sawed off by automation. This isn't a cyclical downturn, it's a permanent, structural extinction of the entry-level tech job as we know it.
Everybody should learn how to program. And in fact, it's almost exactly the opposite.
This is the story of a promise broken. It was built on a perfect storm of mass layoffs that flooded the market with experience and a hiring system that mechanically punishes inexperience. It's a story of a fatal skills gap between an outdated education system and the hyper-specialized needs of a new industrial age, and it culminates in the ultimate existential threat: AI automating the very entry point to the industry itself. The result is a generation drowning in debt and disillusionment, locked out of the very future they were told they would build. The question is no longer how a new graduate finds a job in tech, but whether the job they were trained for will even exist for humans in the years to come.